We are live. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Live from Brooklyn, New York. We're here. Another meeting. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Let's see if she shows up. Just another chapter in the saga of the supervisor Tiffany Hared. Hello, everybody. Man, I tell you. Apparently, I was just looking at Vivian's. This is Critical Smokers stream, so definitely give him some love. Hit him up with some money. Doing the Lord's work. Actually, I was started to watch Vivian live, and she said it was 15 degrees outside. So it's 15. It could be even colder. It's freezing today in New York right now. It's 27. Feels like 18. So it's just a really cold, annoying day. Shout out to those who live in warmer areas. You know how I like to listen to how warm where you guys are at. When I see 70 degrees and all that type of thing, I get jealous. But sometimes just hearing it, sometimes it's good that other people are doing what they're doing. Hearing for the clown show, yeah. For some reason, I thought he was gonna say snow for some reason, but yeah, we'll see what happens. What's going on? It's succeeding. How you doing? Appreciate everyone who is here as we get closer to 100,000 subscribers. I have a feeling it's gonna happen this year, but we'll see. We'll continue to obviously follow this story, but I really think this is the end. This is towards the end. I think it's like 40 something days to either the primary vote for Dawn. Let me know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're pretty close to the end of this situation. It looks like Hanier can't go back on the township ballot. So this is kind of the end here. So we're just kind of seeing how everything kind of plays out, see what happens to this area. I know a lot of us don't live there, but we're kind of towards the end of this. The special meeting that Tiffany had on the Dalton side didn't have a lot of people present. That's probably why she took that camera when she was doing it live and pointing to herself. It wasn't a lot of people supporting her. So this is kind of towards the end. I think a lot of people are tired of this. They want this to have a conclusion. And I think we're getting towards that with this situation. Illinois, sick yet. 15 degrees, 14 degrees in Detroit. Yeah. Up here, Northeast, Midwest area, we're freezing. We're freezing. It's a whole different matter here. Okay, so things are still going on, but there's some stories I want to talk to you guys after this. Some quick stories. Let's see how long this is. Let's see if she actually shows up. Maybe she doesn't show up because at this point we still don't have another trustee. I think the 21st they're going to have a vote to select the last trustee to kind of finish the rest of the term. Or you see William Moore there. Well, William Moore sometimes he shows up even when she doesn't show up, and then he does the weird thing where he takes a picture of everyone. But whatever, it's a public meeting. Everyone's able to take a picture and do all that type of thing. We appreciate all of it. Actually, it's a little low. Let me know if you can hear what's going on right now. I'm about to turn up.
So put a 1 in the chat if you think Tiffany's going to show up. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Tiffany's going to show up.
Okay, it's a little low on their end. I may need to boost up the. Hopefully my internet works. I had a text message from my online service saying that there's some areas near me that has some kind of outages. So hopefully we're able to stay on. If not, at least I kind of told you a little bit before. Apparently it's an outage in my area that may be affecting my TV service. I don't have TV service. If you guys are in the New York City area, I use Optimal Online. It works for me. Some people like it, some people don't, but it works for me. So right now we're about 5 minutes in. Let's see. We'll see. Hopefully they show up. Hopefully. Good evening. Much love to everyone here. Appreciate you guys for hanging out on this cold Tuesday evening. Hopefully they can figure it out. I wonder if it's possible for them to figure out at least some of the insurance situation, just to get things moving, get things back to normal. I know that a lot of people, which has some good points on, you never want to rely on the government for everything. To be honest, as much as possible, you should not rely on the government. So now a lot of seniors, they use these services. Maybe this is the opportunity for them to realize that you find different ways to use certain services. But I know for a lot of them, especially the little older folks, they're set in their ways and they like things the way they were. So for many people, they probably still want those services, taking them to different types of appointments. So hopefully they can get something going on that. Or is it just going to be more kicking the can down the road and until she is out of there? Because it does not seem like she's going to be able to go back on that ballot. So we'll see. Nice. Awesome. Email me for information. I can always, throw out some promotions if you're interested. That's what's up. Yeah, definitely. I agree, Catherine. I don't know if that's even something that's possible. 'Cause I know Gonzalez, he was mentioning that even with that emergency one that she didn't show up, that there's certain things that still can't be done yet. I totally forgot what he was saying or how he was saying it. But hopefully there's something that can kind of go in the positive direction regardless of that. Well, yeah, we're here waiting and see what happens. Actually, since we're waiting, I would like to, you know what? We'll do it real quick because let's be honest. She's a half an hour late all the time. We have some time. I want to talk about this story. I just saw it recently, so let me pop it in real quick. When the story pops up or when the meeting starts, we'll definitely start it. But I want to show you something real quick. Real quick. We'll come back to it, I promise. It's an Illinois-related story, and it's not related to this at all. But I want to show you guys this before we start. Where did I put it? Give me a second. Okay. So, seniors and driving, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Don't kill the story yet. I didn't do it yet. So, Illinois and driving. So, we all drive these streets and roads and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'm checking to see that if the meeting starts. That there's certain age limits, right? Or some people say there should be age limits to who can drive, who can't drive, right? So I just want to show this, and I'm looking at the meeting right now. I want you to see this, and let me know what you guys agree with what they're going to do. And this is in Illinois, so it's kind of a local story. But I want to show this to you guys, and you let me know what you guys think about this real quick.
The Illinois Secretary of State says that age alone should not determine whether some seniors can keep their driver's license.
Right now, Illinois drivers need to take a behind-the-wheel driving test every year when they turn 79, but the Secretary of State wants to change that to 87. Megan Hickey joins us.
Oh, okay. So you see that they're looking to. I guess it's at a certain age that you have to take a yearly test to make sure you can drive. Because, we all had experience of driving behind someone or behind or in front of someone or side of someone that's a little older. And your reflexes not as fast as it used to be. Sight is obviously an issue. But I wonder if you guys agree with this change. Let me repeat it.
State says that age alone should not determine whether some seniors can keep their driver's license.
Right now, Illinois drivers need to take a behind-the-wheel driving test every year when they turn 79, but the Secretary of State wants to change that to 87. Megan Hickey joins.
I think 79 to 87, that seems to be a bit much. I'm just saying. 87, what's wrong with the age they had? I don't know.
Joins us live now with the data behind that push. And Megan, Illinois is the only state that requires a behind-the-wheel test.
Right, Jim and Marie. So some states have vision or written testing, but no other state singles out a group of senior drivers for these kinds of behind-the-wheel tests. Indiana, for example, got rid of this requirement 20 years ago. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Janulius says their data doesn't support it, and he's backing new legislation to change the requirements. In 2024, approximately 55,000 Illinois drivers between 79 and 86 were required to take the behind-the-wheel driver's tests. Of those 55,000, only 97 people, or 0.17%, failed the test.
Okay, that's a pretty, okay. Oh yeah, so just to give you an update, Gonzalez is there. I think I see Carlisle, but the meeting didn't start yet. I guess with this information, if only, I don't know what the percentage is, that's what, 0.8, I guess it's fine. I mean, if this is true, that means most older people are able to do it. You know what? I'll take that back. I didn't watch this video yet, but I messes with it. Let me know what you guys think.
And were denied a driver's license. A 2023 study shows that Illinois drivers who are 75 and older experienced lower crash rates compared to nearly every other age group, according to Illinois.
That's kind of funny. All right, well, hold on a second. The people who are in that age bracket, how often are they driving? Are they driving every day? But this is Illinois. I'm assuming you guys probably drive more than necessary in New York City, but that is actually a good point as well.
Illinois Department of Transportation data. The Road Safety and Fairness Act would raise the age for mandatory driving tests for older drivers renewing their license to age 87 from the current age 79, and create a system for family members to submit a request to the Secretary of State's office to review drivers they think have seen a cognitive or medical decline that should be kept off the road regardless of age. Janulius says that currently, if you're a concerned family member who is aware of a loved one's diminished driving skills, calling the Secretary of State's office won't help.
The way the system works now, it would take a crash or some type of traffic-related incident involving the police to start the process to cancel a license based on a medical issue.
At the end of the day, I don't know about you, but when I'm driving along, the people that I see scanning through their telephone and speeding are not the seniors, right? Those aren't the folks that are causing the serious accidents. So I think we're addressing the problem. We're being more equitable and fair to the seniors who continue to call Illinois home.
And a House and Senate version of the bill have just been introduced. They would.
All right, never mind. I thought it'd be a little bit more of some idea that maybe it's not the best idea to increase the age, but I've seen enough. That made sense. I'll take that. I mean, if they're looking at the data and realizing that it's probably the younger folks out there doing the stupidest things, getting themselves into trouble, getting into car accidents, and it's the seniors out there doing the right thing. You know what? I'll take it back. Never mind. 87 seems to be good. I mean, if the data's worth it, or the data makes sense to me. But anyway, Hanger's here. Let's get it. Let's start this crazy show. So this is a Critical Smoker stream. Please like, subscribe. Please hit him up. Give him some love, and we'll start this in a second. I'm gonna try to turn up the volume in here in case it gets too low. So hopefully their mics work.
Testing. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming this evening. I am proud to announce that we have a formal quorum, so we will be having a board meeting this evening. So thank you for attending, everybody. All right, I would like to call to order our regularly scheduled board meeting. Today is January 14th, 2025, and the time is 6:15 p.m. Please call the roll. Thank you.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Present.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Present.
Trustee Carlisle.
Present.
Supervisor Henry.
Present. Next, will everybody stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, if you would, William, we're gonna come and do this a little different. You're gonna lead us in prayer, please.
All right, for all those who have the faith and heart towards the Lord, just ask that you pray with me. Precious Father, we thank you. Holy Spirit, we ask that you would have your way in this particular place, Lord, in every heart, every mind. Thank you right now, Father, that you're leading this government as you instructed it. So we thank you, Father. We understand it. We know that all men don't have faith. But Father, we trust you. We believe you. We love you. We give you glory. We give you honor and praise. Holy Spirit, take control of these spirits. Have them submit to your way. Lead and guide us into all truths. We thank you. We give you glory. We give you honor. Continue to give our leaders, Father, a heart of courage, passion, and compassion for your people. We thank you for it now. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, so just for the record, guys, that's so disrespectful. I don't care if you don't like someone. Please listen. Normally at meetings, y'all do know there are ordinances that say you cannot disrupt a meeting while we are in session. If you do not want to listen to anyone, hear, or view us, you guys can leave. You can view us via website or on someone's live, but you cannot be disrespectful when someone's praying about God. So please have respect for the Lord and at least have respect for that. People can say what they want, pray how they like. It is not up to you to be a hindrance to them as they speak, as you're doing now. So I promise you one thing, when I win next election, we're gonna get all this under control, because this is too disrespectful and out of order as it relates to older people. Y'all are older people acting this way at a board meeting, because understand this, the youth is watching. They do what they see. So if the older people are out of order, they're gonna do the same thing and expect the youth to follow. So I just want to point that out because y'all are so disrespectful. All right, moving on to the next item.
If I could, I'd like to say a few words before we get started.
Okay, you can say some words, but let me start. Trustee.
I would like to say is...
Trustee, you don't have the floor.
We cannot, and we will not move backwards. We have not come this far to stop what we've got going on now. I would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and we'll see everybody next week.
All right,
Motion to adjourn.
What's y'all on? We is not adjourning no meeting. At the end of the day, we gotta pay the insurance. What kind of mess are y'all on? So y'all do know y'all just cost people their jobs, their insurance. We have nothing. Why would y'all come to a board meeting and adjourn and we get not called the road? Y'all pay no bills. No bills. I'm glad y'all conducting and condoning that type of behavior, guys. At the end of the day, okay? Y'all can get out. Y'all can get out. It's no meeting now. So let me say this. There's no quorum. They have left the board meeting. As you can see, the disrespect is ridiculous, guys. And Carmen, I sued Carmen and I sued Chris because they have never come to the board meeting. So I just want you guys to know, would you please be quiet? The board meeting's over with, so please get out. Do not walk up on me. Please do not walk up on me. No, you cannot now. So at the end of the day, guys, the board meeting has been canceled because we do not have a quorum. The trustees came here because they are on number 5, the number 5th meeting, in order to basically not be a trustee any longer. I am seeking that in my lawsuit because now you have Township, you have hurt the people of Thorton Township. You guys have came here to have a meeting so that we can conduct the business. We cannot pay your bills. So when you came here and you wanted us to pay your bills, okay, I wait till y'all done. Y'all done. call the police. We don't have a board meeting. Y'all can exit. Y'all can exit. Y'all can exit. Thank you. Y'all can exit. I appreciate it. Because I'm not going to do the disrespect. Y'all members are gone, so please go out. Please exit. So when the police come, y'all can exit because the board has left and we have nothing to do. I'm going to address you when they come. We're going to clear the room, and then I'll address the people that I would like to address. Because we don't have a board meeting. It is over with, guys. Y'all can go home.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta leave in 15 minutes before I can get out. I can't wait to snack
I just want the people that don't want to be a part of this to get out so you can be heard. Because I'm here still to listen to you. As you can see, people not taking their job serious. They keep walking out on y'all, not paying bills. They miss over 8 board meetings. Over 3 months of bills have not been paid. It's bad. But yet they get on live and they go on the news and they lie to the people. I'm just glad people are here so they view everything that's going on in Thorton Township. I'm just tired of the clickbait. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of information that's being out that's trying to mislead the people. I'm tired of it. So that's why you always see me come down here, do my job, talk to the people. Even though it's not a meeting, I don't have to do this, but I do it because I care. I come and I show up to pay bills. I show up to make sure that the staff have what they need. What are they going to do when the staff have nothing to do now? You have to lay people off. That's what we are because they left. We don't have no insurance. So now, residents, for the ones that keep hating on y'all, right, keep yelling and not letting people be heard, how you gonna get to dialysis? How you gonna get to any doctor appointment? How you gonna get to the grocery store? How we gonna deliver food to you? These are things that people should ask themselves instead of the drama and the noise. Get rid of the noise and pay attention to the facts that's right in front of your eyes. I don't care who don't like who. At the end of the day, they're not taking care of business. They're playing politics with the people's money, the people's time, and I'm tired of it. And that's why I filed the lawsuit against the Board of Trustees, which is Chris and Carmen. You see, they showed up because they missed 4 meetings, meaning that it counts for it, so people understand how it works. 4 scheduled meetings they missed that was accounted for. The 5th meeting would have been today. So basically they played this game to show up and then just leave. No, that's not acceptable. And when a judge sees this, they're gonna say the same thing. Because by trying to hurt me or hurt whoever on this board, you're hurting the people. The people are the ones that's not benefiting from what it is that we supposed to do, which is basically provide for you, give you the resources that you need. We got people crying to us, calling us every day about food, about paying their rent or their mortgage. People are on assistance. People come up here to GA. They get help with their light, their gas, and their water bills. Guess what we do? We're supposed to pay it. But when we have a board meeting, this is where it get approved at. For over 3 months, it has not been approved. So now what is that person supposed to do? That person now either gonna A, get kicked out, B, the lights go off, the gas go off. It's cold as ever outside. And look, those that care, you still showed up. You're here. That's what matters. We had a lot of important things on this agenda. One was the bills. It's to pay the general fund, general assistance fund, and road and bridge fund. The other was to give you residents a property tax refund. Frank Zuccarelli did it in the past, and we're doing it now. It's the same concept. The difference is we're not picking and choosing who gets the refund. Everybody in Thornton Township gets a property tax refund. 100%. 100%. So why do they keep running from that? That's what you should ask yourself. Why? Why not vote for anything on this agenda that is for the people? And we're giving away $2.2 million because we got it. We got over $4 million surplus in that fund, but yet they do not want to give it to Thornton Township residents. Why? That's what you should be asking yourself instead of this show that they just put on. And not only that, we service over 190,000 residents throughout Thornton Township. That's 17 different cities and villages. And this is the things that they don't tell you when the news put it out and they using us for clicks and views, but they don't tell you all the facts, the stuff you need to know. Why aren't they advertising the resources here in Thorton Township? Why aren't they telling you, hey, by the way, if you're struggling and you can't pay your light and gas, please go to Thornton Township. They're open from 9 to 4, and they will help pay your bills. They don't advertise that, but they advertise drama like this. And that's what I don't like about the news, and that's why I call them fake news, because they only putting things out for views and clicks. That is it, but not for resources, not to really help build a person. That's what I'm tired of. Then a forensic audit is on here. They voted, meaning Carmen and Chris voted at the previous meeting, which was September 24th, that they was for the forensic audit. Yet, they still have not voted for the company that put in a bid to do the forensic audit here at Thornton Township. We all agree and we all want to move forward, but they will not vote for it. It's been over 3 months it's been on this agenda, and to this day, it's still not voted for. Why is that? The next thing we put on here, for all my employees, remember this, I love you, and there's nothing you can ever do about that. I've always put on for you, I always showed you love, always been committed to you guys, and I appreciate your commitment to service. That's number one. But what I love the most about you is throughout this storm, you still stayed with Thornton Township and helped the people throughout Thornton Township. So I appreciate that the most. So thank you, staff. I love you for that. I see y'all in the back. I appreciate it. I understand that now y'all don't know what's going to happen next, but some of y'all do because we've been talking to the attorneys. But now it's just time we have to do what we got to do because they keep putting us in a predicament where we can be sued for different things. Like we don't have insurance. You guys can't move buses and get the seniors. You can't do anything because we don't have insurance. So how do you do your job? So that means that employees have to get laid off, unfortunately. And it's sad, but just see who's doing. We're here. We're here to take care of the business and vote to make sure you stay in place. We're here to do our job. Myself and Trustee Darlene Gray-Evers, we're both here present. Why would they walk out? They had no reason to walk out of this meeting and not have no business on this agenda, especially paying the bills. Because at the end of the day, those vendors that's still feeding our seniors, I love y'all. I'm thankful for y'all because y'all still made a way for the seniors when there was no way. Over 3 months of not getting paid, anybody would quit. So I appreciate you all the caterers and anybody that's still holding on, and we owe them a bag. And when I say a bag, it's like $50,000 to $100,000 we owe these vendors. It's on the agenda for this evening. But yet, what happened again? We did not vote to take care of any business. When are y'all gonna, how can I say this? When are people gonna stop and pause for a minute and look at the overall picture and see who's stopping and gridlocking your government, who's not paying the vendors so that we can produce for you? Because the food pantry don't have food. How's that when we got over $4 million surplus? We have not bought food because they refuse to do their job, sit here and vote on things that's needed for you. You're the ones that's suffering, no matter what the fight is, you suffering. There was no point of coming to a meeting if we weren't having business. The other issue, IT and senior services definitely need credit cards. Y'all know no one has a credit card here as it relates to taking care of everyday operational stuff. We are not able to keep things rolling, and a lot of things have crashed here. A lot of staff knows about it, attorneys knows about it, because we're not able to keep paying that bill each month. So that was the purpose of IT having a card to keep things like y'all computers rolling so that y'all can do the intake for the president. Budget. Number 5, number 6, that is on here because we have not passed a budget since last year, and this is last year's budget. We're now on the next budget now. That's supposed to be due for March 1. So what I'm trying to explain to you is, again, the neglect of duty for Township. They're not showing up to do their job, and you're seeing it firsthand. We had 3 months with no meetings, 3 months of not paying bills. And yeah, we called this meeting, which is scheduled on the books, which gets to my next question of the holiday schedule. They vote on a calendar for the year. Those meetings are scheduled, to show up every second Tuesday and fourth Tuesday of the month. And then one when it's the holiday season. And yet we still have passed last year's budget, and now we gotta work on this year's budget. So how are we operating? Anybody that has a business and understands business, you operate with a budget. You don't have a budget, and that's where we are. Next, tax levy. Again, remember, deadline was the 31st of December. I begged, I plead, I've asked for people to show up. We called a meeting on the 30th, just so people can show up and vote and pass a tax levy. If you don't allocate for taxes, how do you run a township? The townships ran on taxes. And of course, we get grants and other things, but the property tax, like a city or a village, is the same concept. Next on here was the most important thing, which we all needed, wished for, hoped for, the insurance. That's the last three things down here. It was for our property and also for our vehicles. We cannot pick up residents. I cannot stress this enough. Y'all don't get them calls. Y'all don't get them cries. Y'all don't get the sadness that somebody faces because they want to go to the grocery store or they want to go to the doctor. Y'all not getting that, but we are. Staff is. They cannot get from point A to point B. And it's sad because it's the fault of Trustee Carmen, Trustee Chris Gonzalez. Them two individuals keep gridlocking our government, and enough is enough. And back to the lawsuit that I stated, I filed a mandamus just to make them show up to meetings. And look what happened. So we will be in court, and when we go to court, I guarantee you the judge will vote in our favor to make them come and do their job. But until then, I will file another lawsuit. So all you haters, take this back. I will file another lawsuit, and I will be asking for the removal of them two from their seats because they are playing with you guys' emotion. They are playing with your money. They are playing with government. And you should not be mixing politics with government, and they are doing that. It's a fine line, and enough is enough, and the people should be angry about them showing up to a meeting just to adjourn a meeting and then take care of no business. And you're in the building, you're both here, and you both could have voted on bills and the insurance, especially the insurance. Why did they vote on the insurance? So now I gotta let people know tomorrow, y'all ain't got no job. Do y'all hear me? Y'all have to listen. Y'all not following. What do you do if you can't go in a building that has no insurance? How do you do your job? While people clapping and commending that behavior, that's sad. That's sad. You don't commend things like that. You need insurance to operate your day-to-day operation. It's supposed to protect everybody. Everybody. Even on here, it's insurance for them. That's how slow they are for public officials. It's insurance on here for them. But no one cares. Everybody just want to see us like fail, on fire, en masse, on the news, all the time. Clickbait, why? People, wake up. This is the black and brown community. But yet we study just showing we don't care. Care enough to make people do their job. Not clap because you need a soap opera or you need a reality show. Stop. This is real life. People's lives are really being affected. Really being affected. And there's so many older people that's out of order. Their behavior is beyond belief for me. I've never seen nothing like that. I'm younger than them. They gonna be talking how I'm talking. But yet they are so disrespectful. It's beyond repair. And when they do things like that, our youth is watching. They mimic what they see. And you are no example of what I would want anybody's kid to look up to. You're not. I don't like that. And I just need people to understand. I am with you, residents. I keep fighting this fight. I need you to know what's going on. I need you to educate yourself on what is true and what is fake. That's why I always say, let me educate you. When I start with that one slogan, people get in an attitude for what? It's a lot of times people have educated me and others because you are always learning. You do not know everything. But when someone that knows something tries to tell you, just listen, open your ears, close your mouth, and listen. You will learn a lot, especially for me. As much stuff I've been in, I can teach a class on this. So all I'm telling you guys is listen. I'm going to allow my people to speak. I'm going to allow, and no, the haters, you can't speak. I'm not here for you. I'm here strictly for the residents that wants to talk, because it's not no board meeting. It's not. So I keep telling y'all can go out. They're going to go. Get out. So play that. So all I'm saying to you is anybody that wants to speak about government, wants to speak about real issues, real problems, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for nothing but that. So keep all the drama. Go ahead, Katie.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. To the residents that's in attendance and to the news outlets, I think it's important to realize that in the state of Illinois, when you have a 5-member board, you have to have 3 affirmative votes to pass anything. There's no reason for those trustees to leave this meeting. If it was something they didn't want to vote on, they could have simply said no, and they could have went to the next item. For them to walk out knowing that the insurance is on the agenda and that everybody's jobs are at stake, and to play with the seniors' lives. We have people that depend on the township for getting to their doctors, for their chemo, for their dialysis, for just their regular checkups, for their rides to the stores to get groceries. Unfortunately, to see people cheering is disheartening, because I don't know if people understand what's really going on, or they think it's really a game. People are about to lose their jobs. People's pensions are about to be affected. This is no joke at all. So when you talk about them leaving a meeting where if simply one of them voted no, nothing would pass, they could have ran through the agenda and voted no on everything and got down to insurance and voted yes to save the township. So my question is, what are they running from? Every time that forensic audit is on the agenda, they haven't been back to a meeting since then until tonight. Now, that forensic audit could have been stopped by Tiffany voting no when they took the vote. It would not have had 3 yeses. It was her vote that passed it. So obviously she didn't care about having the forensic audit. But what are they running from? Why wouldn't they give the taxpayers their money back? Our workers have been through a lot. They withstood the storms. Why wouldn't you want to give them bonuses? The last administration was giving people $20,000 bonuses, $17,000 bonuses, $15,000, $10,000. They were giving out a lot of bonuses. And all the news know that I'll give them the documentation. But I know every time I give them the documentation, they don't report on it. I think it's sad, and I believe the courts are going to do something about it. And this isn't about liking Tiffany or hating Tiffany or being on the fence. It's about handling business. And that's their fiduciary responsibility as trustees to come here and vote on things to keep this township going. It's a sad day. I thought today, at least the insurance would have got paid so that everybody could be at work. People, you all don't get the calls. You don't get the calls of seniors crying because they don't have food. You don't get the calls because one of the aldermen in Harvey Alderman Key, has to take his 100-year-old neighbor to dialysis 3 times a week because now he can't get that ride. They're not playing with Tiffany, they're playing with the residents' lives. These are lives. This is real life. This ain't soap opera. This ain't a click and like box. This society has gotten so caught up into likes and clicks and views. And y'all won't even see the devastation that's taking place in Thorton Township right now. And it's by their hands. It's no excuse for any elected official to miss 8 meetings in a row. Andrew Holmes is in Dalton. But you're a distractor. You're beneath me. That's what I've realized now. You're beneath me. You're here to be a distractor. So let me give you your 2 seconds of fame. And you can go back to the northwest side. And you can go back to the northwest side. Yeah, you can stay. But that's what they get paid to do. They get paid to talk junk anytime I work. They get paid to talk junk anytime someone's come up here with a different narrative. And it's not even a different narrative. It's facts. So believe facts over fiction. And if you all didn't see this for what it was tonight, I don't care if you hate Tiffany. Y'all saw what happened today, and we don't have insurance, and people may lose their jobs tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, anyone else? Go ahead.
I got something to say.
Oh, Lord, you ain't got the golf club, do you?
I had to come. It's some civil rights.
Wait, let me go first. Go right after them.
I will let him go first by all means.
Hey, thank you.
That sounds like Trina.
Thank you. This functionality serves the purpose of no one.
Right.
And that's what I see here is a lot of dysfunction. And my heart, it hurts my heart. But this is the purpose why I'm here with my mother. I just bought a home in Lansing. It's just been a year, December 8th, 2023. Since I purchased my home, the property taxes have skyrocketed.
Yes.
Yeah, the property taxes skyrocketed. Just on my block alone, I've seen 5 for sale signs. I've seen this before. It's devastating to the community, it's devastating to the neighbors. What this does is, you're gonna start seeing a blight. Neighborhood blights. What you see in Harvey, Riverdale, is coming to Lansing. It's coming to a block near you. If we continue this functionality, we won't have any communities because no one will be in their homes to afford the homes. So, listen here. I would like for you to educate me and my mother. How can we have retail stores, Walmart, Chick-fil-A, big box stores come to our community and our property taxes still skyrocket?
So how that works is, I did a segment on property tax bill, and I broke it down to tell you who increases your property taxes. Everybody blames the township, right? We have a percentage of 5 cents per every dollar. So if you spent $23 or you spent $100 with Thornton Township, meaning that portion of your property taxes, we was refunding it back to you. So whatever you put into Thornton Township, we gave back. If people didn't put nothing into it, then you get nothing as it relates to the refund program. That's why I say 100% of your money. But the people that really raise your property tax is your village. So you have to pull their ordinance because they basically approve a tax levy ordinance, and in that ordinance, they can go up to 4.99%. That's by law, without even telling the public. If they go above that, they have to tell the public. And 4.99% might not be what you need for your city, and that's how your property taxes get raised. So you want to put a FOIA in to Lansing, and the clerk will basically respond. I don't know if that's the FOIA officer over there, but they will respond to you. They got 5 days, and then they will basically give you that ordinance, and they tell you who voted for it, who said yes, who said no, and who wasn't there to take the vote. And that's how you'll know how the property taxes went up, how much.
Freedom of Information Act, right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay, thank you for the time.
You're welcome.
Let them know that he also needs to put that in there with the school boards, his park district, and each separate entity can go up on their taxes up to 4.99%.
Correct.
Putting it on the ballot.
It's on your tax bill. So if you in school district 162, you want to do a FOIA under that. Your park board, your library board, everybody takes a portion of your property taxes. But the bulk of it comes normally from your city or your village. And then the other portions is small, but it comes from all those other entities.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
How's everybody doing today?
Great.
So residents, are y'all sick of the political games
Yes.
playing with us?
Yep.
Because I'm sick of the political games y'all playing with me. I'm sick of politicians pulling me in court because they don't like what I have to say, but you start the shit with me. I'm sick of it. You can't do that. Okay? So, God is good, because I'm gonna win mine in court. So your school board person, Almeda Bass or Moody, she a civil rights violator. Don't want nobody to speak. Tammy Brown, civil rights violator. Don't want nobody to speak. Brittany Norwood was right with her. Tiffany, you locked us out. We still locked out in Dalton. Let us in. I'm gonna take you to court, I'm gonna make sure we get in. Because I'm tired of going to court anyway, but while I'm in there, I'm gonna get a federal TRO, cause you're gonna open that damn door for us. Plain and simple. Stephanie Wiedemann, not voting for you. All of this tactic to make sure that they sit the trustee they want in, let it be a ballot vote. Why should children miss Christmas in a program that's been going on over 10 years? Why should people miss food baskets in a program that's been going on over 10 years? Thornton Township provides services only. When the doors are closed and you can't get service, everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Because this is service only. You wanted your trustees to come to a meeting for the insurance. Then you did not come to a meeting. Now they walk out. Just like the trustees in Dalton walk out. No one should be able to walk out of their elected position during a meeting, not for nothing. Stop tolerating it, stop taking sides. They did like this. Nobody asked their ass. They did like this and got signatures for this seat. Carter was appointed. One could only be so blessed. Right? But she gonna walk out. She can't be here. She's scared. I got the order of protection right here. Who won? The order of protection she has against Keith Price. Doesn't say he cannot be here. I got everybody's order of protection. Everybody's order of protection. I got Tiffany from Mr. Roberts. I got Jedediah Browns. I got Staples. I got Lacey. I got mine. I got everybody's orders right here. Right here, and I paid for it. You thought it was sealed. It ain't sealed. Connor Carlisle, Keith Price. Who wanna look at it? Who wanna look at it? Right? Tiffany Hilliard, Paul Roberts. Who wanna look at it? Nobody wanna look at it. These are civil rights violations, some of them. I don't go to restaurants and go peeking in at people do goddamn window. Okay? I just don't. Right? And Miss Alicia, I can read lips. So F you too. Okay? I can read lips. Okay? I'll be a fool helmet head. See that? See how you have your opinion and I have mine? Not going back and forth with you though. Okay? Because y'all start stuff and then y'all say, oh, police, black women up in here say, hey, police, she got a gun. How many times y'all gonna do that shit? Right? And you think it's fun to say somebody got a gun and they don't. But then you'll have your same black ass out there talking about Black Lives Matter. I know. They don't always matter. I know. But when they make bad wigs and lashes matter, motherfuckers, then your life will matter. Since mine does not. You see how we all have an opinion.
All right, wrap it up, Trina. Wrap it up.
I will wrap it up. Because there won't be no more violations with me. And everyone who has violated me, like I promised you, I will see that ass in federal court. And you cannot have nothing. I'll sue your ass for your burial plot. I don't give a damn. It don't matter how old you are, you violated my rights. And you can think you can stand back, oh, I don't got anything. You better not have made pre-arrangements, because that's property. I'm going to take that shit too. Now, y'all have a good day.
All right, guys. That concludes basically what we came here to do, unfortunately. So basically, no business was conducted. So you see us on the news. You understand why, because you was in the building to witness it yourself. So when people put out false lies, fake news, You know the truth. Hopefully you set everybody straight. I will be sending something out to all the residents of Thorton Township because pretty much the township will be closed. There will be no services. Now we have to literally go talk about our employees' job, unfortunately, because they have nothing to do. They cannot go inside our buildings because we don't have insurance. They cannot come pick you up because we don't have insurance for our buses, which we was here tonight to take care of this. As it relates to meetings, I have attended every single board meeting that I'm scheduled to attend. Any special meeting, people call, but they should call people to make sure they are available to show up to a special board meeting. But as it relates to regular board meeting, I'm at every meeting. I never miss 8 meetings, guarantee you that, let alone 1. So if I miss one, hey, probably was a special meeting. Any meeting that I am scheduled for, I am here and present. And guess what? I always do this for you. I normally just still talk to you after no quorum is formed, just to educate the public on what we've been up to for the month, and if anybody have any questions for us. We do not run from the public. We sit here and we address questions, concerns, and we talk about what each person has done in their department. Township talk we normally have, but guess what? They have not been able to work because of lack of insurance. That was for 1 week. So now we will have to make the tough decisions. I keep repeating because I want it to sink in. Y'all not understanding. People's jobs are at stake and pretty much is no longer because of the lack of insurance that we could have handled today and we could have saved everybody. I've tried and tried 8 times to be exact. And now what's this? I'm on the 10th time now to save the township. But if people don't want to meet you in the middle, you can't do nothing with it. It's almost like you have disagreement with someone, but you both got to meet in the middle to have an understanding, but agree to disagree and move forward. I thank y'all for coming out. Please be safe. I know it's super duper cold out there, but news, make sure you post what you saw, which is trustees neglecting their duties here at Thornton Township, walking out when we had vital things on the agenda to take care of, such as the insurance, and also to pay all the bills for our vendors. To my seniors, for your food, I know that you was getting those meals 3 times a week, and it was $1.50. $1.50 is all it costs the residents of Thornton Township, $1.50 per meal. And they got up to, is it 8? I don't want to misquote Tamika or Marcia back there. How many meals they got up to? Yeah. So they got 4 to 6 meals at $1.50, and it was what is it? Wednesday, Thursday? Is it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's a program that is now gone because they didn't pay the vendor. Remember, I just told y'all we owed them almost $100,000 each one, not just one, each one. So that's something else that you got to take into consideration. Are people clapping for the nonsense? You're hurting the people. No matter who you think you're hurting, the people not going to eat now. Also at the food pantry, we give out those boxes. Guess what? We have not purchased any food. And again, we have a $4 million surplus. I can't keep stressing that. $4 million surplus, and you're not buying food to feed the people who desperately need it. SKP just stated, people call us crying for food. Y'all don't know how hard it is until it's you. It's funny right now until you're in their seat of the people that truly needs that product. I went to the grocery store and bought residents' food. Grocery store. That's how bad it is. Because I never turn my back on somebody that's hungry, that need product, because we didn't have it. Y'all have to work this out. You cannot keep leading with hate. I always say lead with love. Because at the end of the day, what I always say, me today, you tomorrow. It can happen just like that. While we laughing at someone else's pain, it can be you. And then God can take everything from you, and now you're in the line because you need food. So stop treating people like that, or you lost your job, and now you're in that same line getting help with your mortgage, your gas, your light, your rent. Stop treating people that way, because what they did is unacceptable. I cannot accept that. That is beyond belief. Y'all should not want that for anybody, because I guarantee y'all, some of the people we're helping is your moms, your dads, your uncles, your grandma, your loved ones. I guarantee it. So all I'm saying to you is you have to lead the right way, positive, and not focus on negative, and not allow politics inside of government. Our job is to show up and do our job. That's it. Everything else is obsolete. Because our jobs, why we get elected, is to do the service. If we're not doing the service, why are we here? You got Chris that want to run for re-election. He needs to go. There's one individual that should not be on this board. He missed over 10 meetings. There's no way you should re-elect anybody that treats you like this. If they treat you like this now, imagine what they're going to do later. Imagine the puppet masters that's controlling them. I've always told y'all, Napoleon, Thaddeus, Jones. Them are the puppet masters controlling this playbook you see before us. I said it, said it, said it. But you have to wake up and see it for yourself and do something about it. Don't talk about it, because we good if I always got an opinion or something, but y'all don't go out and vote. The caucus, that voter suppression, that dictatorship they did, come on guys, it's all a ploy. That's it. Our job, just so you understand, when you're supposed to pick a new trustee, while y'all talking about the 21st, you're supposed to put it before the board and vote on it. You're supposed to vote to accept his resignation. Why have we not accepted his resignation? Why? Every single time we put it on the agenda, y'all don't show up to the board meeting to vote to say, hey, okay, we accept your resignation, Jerry Jones. We have not done that. But yeah, y'all put these fake meetings up, 21st, y'all doing this, doing that. That's what y'all think. Stop. It don't work like that. That is not the law. The law states that we, this body, is supposed to accept the resignation of Jerry Jones. And all these games playing right here, we got to make the people right first. All the other stuff, I can care less about. Take care of the people. That's what matters to me. People, service. No, I'm done after this. Service, people, commitment. That's it. I don't want nothing else but that. So I thank y'all for coming out. I thank y'all for listening. I hope it went in your mind. I hope you understand what's going on. And I hope that you guys saw it for what it is and you're going to share with other people. I hope you do. So I thank you so much. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. I guess we're done here. Everyone's heading out into that cold weather. What should I do? Actually, let me see something here. Whoa, wait. Why it looks like that? Okay. What'd you guys think about that? What you guys thought about that whole situation? So, what happened? What happened today? Or in this evening's meeting? So, the meeting started. We all thought, at least for me, we all thought that it was going to be a traditional meeting where, Henry comes in a little late and she'll throw a few barbs out there. Her and Chris may go back at it, or her and Carmen, but we thought, maybe they'll have some progress with like insurance and some other things that has been on the agenda. But I guess it looks like that was a setup. Let me know if you guys agree with me on that one. It looks like Chris said his thing and said we're out, and they all left. So I guess that was the play. And then Hanya does her usual thing where she sits there and does the rant for about, I don't know, was that a half an hour, 40 minutes or so? Then KP started to talk. So I don't know what else to say about this. It's, I guess until she leaves, this is what's going to continue to happen. Until Hanya moves on to something else. If you are a senior in that situation, or even just someone in the township needs the services, I would definitely suggest trying to find something else until the new administration pops in, and hopefully everything kind of goes back to normal. If I was a senior and if I was used to those services, I would definitely try to find other ways to get to your dialysis or cancer treatments and stuff like that. Going that's extremely important things to have. My grandfather passed away from cancer. So it's important to kind of figure that out and definitely stop relying on this administration currently constructed to get anything done right now if you are in that situation, because it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. At this point, I guess the other trustees are waiting until the 21st, and I guess someone's supposed to get elected. I guess they're looking for Stephanie Wiedemann to be elected. Hilliard doesn't even, I don't think she's acknowledging that. So that's probably another lawsuit. We'll talk a little bit about the lawsuit that she put later, because I actually have the PDF file on that. But other than that, I mean, that was, I would agree. It was a big surprise. This doesn't look good, right? I mean, right? Like, this doesn't look the way, or it's not going the way it should go, right? There's still the element of entertainment here, but this is just, it's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. They call it a clown show. Like, this is not how you run anything. I don't know. This is not how you run anything. Not just a government. This is not how you run a bodega. Corner store. This is not how you run a laundromat. You can't run any business. You can't run your family this way. Like, this is just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Someone put in the comments, it was a pretty good comment of Haynard being the catalyst for this. And I do agree. I believe that her energy and how she communicates with people and how she put all this together. So now she's having these impassioned speeches about, think about the seniors. You're hurting the seniors. You're hurting everyone. Why are you doing this? The disrespect is out of control. You're talking, The problem is, it would have been beneficial for her to think about that when she first got elected or appointed. When she first got elected or appointed as mayor. To understand, if I behave this way and shut people out and be extremely petty and find ways to take advantage and lock people out of things, that I'm going to develop or grow so much resentment, so much anger, that when she's speaking about people crying about groceries, they need groceries, they're hungry, or have to travel to get treatment, that people are so angry with her, they're not listening. They don't believe you. They're laughing. I don't think they're necessarily laughing at the fact that seniors are in trouble. They may not even believe this to be happening. I don't know. I don't live there. But she grew this level of animosity to a point where people can't even be civil in a room. It's as much as it is kind of funny, it's really sad. If we kind of take back the entertainment aspect of it, the Netflix, reality show aspect of it, this is pretty sad. And I'm talking about Haynard, she wanted a reality show. She wanted to broadcast her brand. Her brand was important in the beginning. That's why all of the pamphlets had her name on it. All of the banners, everything has to have her name on it. I don't know if I think she likes that kind of way of running things to make it seem like it's her that's doing everything. But the problem is she never really gained the level of respect or accolades to have all these things, the names on everything in the banners. I know she follows like the Trump model. Whether you like Trump or not, he did build things before. And again, you could talk about the failed businesses, but I'm just saying that he had a brand before he jumped and become the president. There was a brand there. She is an entrepreneur, but it looks like a failed one. The Good Burger thing never took off. I don't know any other businesses that she had that was pretty successful. And then she's trying to build the brand on top of that. And then also the way she's been behaving, it didn't work. It just didn't work. So let me show you guys this lawsuit, because I think I have it. Where? I think I have it. Let me see. I'm not gonna go through the entire thing. I read it earlier. We'll just kind of recap it, to be honest. Hey, why you not working? Click. What are you doing? What? Whatever. Okay. Let's zoom in on this, shall we? That's too much. Okay. Actually, let me do this. Yeah, let's move the background a little bit. We'll just move this here in my big weird face. Okay. So this is the lawsuit that my face is a little bit too big. This is a lawsuit that Hainiard was talking about at the end of the meeting. Actually, this looks terrible. I'm sorry. I can't do this. My head looks weird. Look at me, being all vain. Circle. Okay, let me put my stuff down. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. This is good. So yeah, this is the lawsuit that she's throwing out there. So basically, it's going after the two trustees. You see here, she's going after Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, the two trustees. And she uses this code, the Illinois Township Code. Basically, the board is appointed or elected. It's all like facts, stuff that they already talked about. Let's see, talking about the vacancy. Let me see, where is, okay, so right here. So again, I'm not gonna go through the entire thing. So just to kind of make a real good, clear recap, Tiffany here slapped the lawsuit on these two trustees, Gonzalez and Carlisle, because she believes, or in her belief, that they have been ghosting the township meetings, like they got something better else to do, right? That's her opinion. Mostly also that she thinks they're being controlled by Napoleon Harris and Thaddeus Jones. Napoleon Harris is the state senator, and Thaddeus Jones is the mayor of Calumet City. So in Illinois, these townships are run on meetings. This is where budgets get approved, decisions are made, services for the residents stay on track. Hainiard is saying that Gonzalez and Carlisle bailed on multiple meetings since October 2024, and therefore is shutting everything down. And she is she wants this court order that's called mandamus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think she said it correctly. Mandamus. So it's basically a court order. She wants the court order to force them to show up for a meeting, because the Illinois Township Code doesn't necessarily explicitly require trustees to attend these meetings. So the Township Code, it hints on expectations. So this idea, or what she thinks, by putting them in court, is gonna get a court to force people to show up to a meeting, basically appointed people or elected to show up for a meeting. It's interesting. And obviously with Hainiard, she hasn't attended some meetings. She says she attends all the mandatory ones, but especially ones she didn't attend. I mean, again, everyone is missing meetings for various reasons. Let me see. So I'm gonna see exactly. I guess we just talk about the strategy. She's using. I believe that Hainiard is using the court and trying to use the court as a power play. And the problem is that judges usually stay out of political spats unless it's a clear legal duty, right? If you notice a lot of meetings, especially where Hainiard is going back and forth in Dalton, they try to say, guys, can you guys just work this out? Like, can you guys just figure this out? All right, well, you're trying to appoint something or you're trying to do something drastic, then maybe they'll jump in. But I think it's possible that this case may fizzle out because judges aren't fans of stepping into messy township drama. And this is probably the messiest of everything. Unless the team could give the court clear statutory duty that Gonzalez and Carlisle are blatantly ignoring something, it's not going to work. Obviously, there's internal politics. There's the issues with the way Hainiard has been moving things that it becomes like a soap opera, and I don't think the court necessarily is going to jump in and try to force people to show up for a meeting. You have different reasons why you don't want to show up for a meeting. Obviously, with Carlisle, there's that legal order protection. I think Trina Downs said that. I guess they could Keith Price could still show up. I don't have the court order on me. Lady Luck Club says there's a motion to show cause that don't trustees because it's super stupid, violate the court order. She's trying to distract from that. She's in so many lawsuits. It's hard to keep up with all of them. I mean, when the court just say, you know, can you guys just work this out, like mediation here? I mean, they're saying, okay, yeah, there's meetings every second and fourth Tuesday. But I know in Dalton meeting, it's only been once a month, even though it's supposed to be twice a month, because Hainier does not have 2 meetings a month ever. So I guess it's saying Christopher Gonzalez is elected trustee, has his legal duties and obligations are prescribed and vested by the prohibitions of the Illinois Township Code to fully and faithfully discharge such duties and obligations according to law. So she's saying right here, or the lawyer, whoever wrote this, defendant Crystal Gonzalez deliberately, intentionally, and purposely failed and refused to attend the regular meetings scheduled. And it was a bunch of meetings, right? They probably list all the meetings that he's missed, and they both has missed. As I guess the strategy to get another trustee to jump in. Let me see if there's anything here. And I know I actually found this article. I think it's Edgar County. No, hold on. You guys could check out the art. You could check out this law. So make sure I get it. EdgarCountyWatchdogs.com. That's where this lawsuit, you can read it for yourself. From this article, they're saying most likely she's probably not going to win this. Let me read it exactly what they said. I could probably go up online too. Actually, let me go online and see. We could read it together. Okay, cool. It's right here. Let's see if I could find it. Yeah, so this says Hainier filed another frivolous lawsuit against the township employees. So let me see. You guys can't read that. Okay. I gotta move myself here. Okay. So they say that the Illinois Township Code does not mandate any trustee to attend the regular meetings of the township. There is a refusal to service in the section of Township Code which apply to township or trustee. Only the penalty for refusing to serve is forfeiting only $25 to the township. So also there's a section which talk about misconduct and a palpable omission of duty and other things, but since the Township Code does not make attending a meeting a duty as trustee, we doubt this could be applied. And let's see, where is the other one? And it said the Township Code provides a mechanism to remove trustees for failing to attend 5 consecutive regular meetings for the Township Board. However, the action of the removal is a board decision. This is not mandatory action of the board. It is discretionary action and cannot be mandated by the courts, which means that the majority of the board could, if they wanted to, remove a member for missing 5 consecutive regular meetings, but also have to require at least 3 affirmative votes. Hainier cannot obtain 3 votes for removal of a trustee for failing to attend 5 consecutive regular meetings. The two defendant trustees have not missed 5 consecutive regular meetings of the township. There are no regular meetings scheduled for 2025 since the regular meeting has not been approved by the majority of the board. Hainier lists several regular and special meetings of the defendants, but failed to list the most recent special meeting that the plaintiff Hainier did not attend. So, judging by that, this is just where am I? Just going by that, doesn't look good for Hainier. Doesn't look very good for Hainier in this in this lawsuit. Who's making these lawsuits for? I'm telling you guys, become a lawyer. Go move to Illinois. Be a lawyer. You're going to be a millionaire. I would say come to New York City too. I mean, the best lawyers, I would say, well, if you're going to come to New York City, the best lawyers are here probably. New York City, Washington, D.C., probably Chicago, where all the money is. But you can really rake it up and not know what's going on in Illinois, some of these suburbs, and just rake it in. If this is all accurate, which I think it is, there was no reason to have this lawsuit. This doesn't make any sense. Who wrote this lawsuit? Who's the lawyers here? Is the guy the guy with the dead face? It doesn't really do much. So really, this lawsuit is probably gonna get thrown out. And the person who did this was Max Solomon. Well, he needs to get his bills paid, I guess. The problem is, though, that the township taxpayers are paying. I'm assuming, because she's being represented by is this lawyer a personal lawyer? I don't even know at this point. What do you guys think? Lady said no, he'd be sanctioned because he's supposed to know better. These attorneys know not to put stuff. That's a good point. If you coming in as a lawyer and just wasting everyone's time, don't eventually the judge will throw you hey, what are you doing? You know what works and what not. You can't just blatantly just waste everyone's time. But according to this lawsuit here, it doesn't seem like it's going to work. But crazier things has happened. But it's highly unlikely that the court is going to force the two trustees to show up to force them to show up to the meetings. And is she going to do another lawsuit to stop the appointment of the next trustee? Because the way she said it, it made it seem like there's not something that she is going to recognize about what's going on in the 21st, where I guess they're going to elect another trustee. So who knows? Who knows? Tiff with the celebrity mindset. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely famous to a certain extent. She's definitely famous now, probably for the wrong reasons, but she definitely has people who recognize her, I would assume. I mean, obviously in Illinois, she's pretty much everyone knows who she is, and definitely worldwide. I mean, a lot of people coming from all over the country, internationally, just to check out this story. So, good question. That's what I'm telling you. Be a lawyer, because you just be a lawyer and just go into the most contentious local governments, and it's not just Illinois. I mean, I've been following stories throughout the country. They're all over the place. Small local governments angry with each other, fist fighting, not just restraining orders based on being annoyed with each other, but legit physical fights happening across the country. I feel like the local governments are, or at least to me, could be as worse than the national stuff. And the reason why I even say that is because, the national elections can be extremely nasty, right? Like Trump saying things, Obama saying things, Kamala Harris, everyone just saying some really crazy stuff. But look at the funeral. You seen Obama and Trump giggling, having a civil conversation. Can anyone who's against Tiffany have a civil conversation with her? Can they actually sit down? And I mean, probably not. I mean, if I had to guess, they probably not. Who knows? I don't know what's going on behind closed door. But Trump and Obama, who've said some crazy stuff to each other, was at a funeral, and they talking it and laughing. Now, does that mean that the whole system is rigged, and it doesn't matter who's the president? Doesn't matter. It's all being run, and it doesn't matter who's at helm. Maybe. But even me, I don't know if I can sit next to someone that said crazy stuff about me. Even if it's a part of the game, politics or something I don't know if I'll be comfortable sitting next to someone and having a civil conversation. Not necessarily that something's going to happen, but I wouldn't be comfortable. But you see those two giggling. So it's interesting. I do believe that local government is nastier than the national government. I do. From the last couple of months, at least over the last year of checking out so many of these stories, that's what I've been seeing. So, I wish the trustees would explain their strategy just to know, because it looks bad. Well, they didn't mention the vacant trustee situation, and I believe the time it took from the resignation to the time where now it's a ballot vote, people can vote for the trustee. Explain that. This situation, I don't know, and I'm assuming they're probably going to be interviewed by one of the local TV networks. So I guess they'll explain why they did what they did. I guess what's going to happen, at least I'm just guessing, the next township meeting that involves the newest trustee that's going to be elected, I guess they'll stick around. I don't see why would they'll leave then. They'll have the replacement trustee from Jerry Jones, and then they will then get down into the business and figure out the insurances and all that stuff. But right now, it looks like Township is completely shut down, which I thought that was already happening. I thought so. That's a good point. Isaiah Thomas, Mike. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a level of professionalism, but the problem is with this situation, it's beyond business. It's extremely personal. And I think maybe because there's not a lot of people there, it's very small, and it's, we kind of talk about this story a lot, and a lot of people who are following don't live there, right? Like I don't live there. Dalton is a village. Does it have 20,000? Thorton Township is 100,000, 200, maybe 150,000 people. But we're talking about it as if it's a place that, like Chicago, for instance, which is going crazy. I don't know if Brandon Johnson may get recalled. How many people in Chicago? How many people in New York City or Washington D.C. or these other places? So everyone knows each other. There's a lot of bad blood. There's personal stuff here and there, what person did in the past and what they did the last administration. There's a lot of beef here. And I guess that kind of spills out when people are fighting for power. So if this claim that she never accepted Jerry Jones' resignation, so 60 days hasn't started. Hold on a second, but let's see what the lawsuit says, because they did mention Jerry Jones. Did they mention that it was accepted? Let me see. I'm gonna go. This is all the loss. This is all the times they didn't show up for meetings. Let me see where background facts. Okay. So in the lawsuit here, Max Solomon wrote, Gerald Jones, elected in April 2021 to a term of 4 years, was a trustee for the township who tendered his resignation from his position, on and effective October 7th, 2024, therefore creating a vacancy. So her own lawyer said that it was effective, right? I'm not the greatest reader, but disposition on and effective October 7th, therefore creating a vacancy. He didn't write, he just didn't show up anymore. Board did not approve resignation. Wouldn't that make sense? So if the lawyer is saying that it's effective, then it's effective. There's a vacancy. And the vacancy looks like it's going to be filled a week from now, I guess next Tuesday. So if the lawyer said it, I guess that's what Hanier believes? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah, you're right. Good point. That's a good point, Lisa Lee. That was in the agenda for many weeks. We gotta find a new trustee. We gotta find a new trustee. Gotta appoint a new trustee, and that's when Trustee Gonzalez and Carlisle decided to stop going to the meetings. So for her to say that, in that meeting that, it was supposed to be approved. Well, it's effective. You have mentioned it. The lawyers have mentioned it. You're trying to replace it. So that argument goes out the window. That goes out the window. Lady Luck Club said, it's a vacancy. She tried to fill that court issued an injunction to stop her from doing it. So many lawsuits. Okay, so what's next? What is next? The Dalton meeting already happened, correct? That was last week. So there's no more Dalton meeting for this month. I guess we'll be back here checking out this story next week. We'll see who's the new trustee, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I guess the play was to basically kind of announce what they want. Actually, I don't know what Chris Gonzalez, what did he say? He said something and then bounced. It was like, oh yeah, he said something. See you next week. So to a certain extent. And then Carlisle said, motion to adjourn. And then everyone just picked up and left. And then got Hayner in this impassioned speech, which I wish if she really had that feeling of being that passionate about things going in the direction they're going, that maybe earlier on, and I'm talking about years ago, may have done things differently, that we're not in this position where I believe real hatred is present. Like hatred, which shows how sad and embarrassing the situation has become, where the catalyst probably needs to go. The level of anger and just vitriol people have to each other in this situation, that her being removed will make things a little easier to deal with. But who knows? Who knows? Debt-free dad, attorney reactions. What's up, man? Solomon is the worst lawyer ever. Always making a mistake. You know, check out Debt-free dad. I don't know if there is a mod that can put his channel. Yeah, I gotta check out, because I think you may have talked about this before and seeing what he's doing, because you can actually point out what is he doing. I don't understand. Does he care about his license? Is he desperate for money? I don't like. I mean, I feel like a plastic surgeon eventually has to say to the person who's been carved 15 times, "Hey, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You look like a bat. Like, you gotta stop. Like whoever was taking care of little Kim, stop. I gotta stop." But some plastic surgeons will just keep taking the money and say, "Well, the person who wants this, they have the right to, get this plastic surgery." So I feel like a lawyer, like when someone says, I'm gonna sue these trustees. Like, for what? Because they're not showing up to the meetings. It's like, okay, did we read the code? Did the code mandate this? Oh, no. Then what are we doing? The lawyer should be the expert of this. I don't think Max Solomon is. But if anyone can put a link in, I'll put it in the description box when I get a chance. I can't argue that, because you saw the other attorney, was it Bo? He was here for a hot second. Probably realized the money wasn't coming in, so he bounced. But everyone has a right to have representation, to have a lawyer. But when you're out of money, this is what you get, right? There's no more the Galdo here to fix things necessarily. Not in this situation. But on that note, guys, I want to do one more little story before we head out. I want to do this real quick story about another mayor that is similar to Hinier, that she loves travel. Now, shout out to my really good friend out there, fellow content creator by the name of Pedro. Mr. Bet on You. He has a great channel about gig work. I used to talk about gig work all the time before I made this switch. And he lives in St. Louis. So we have a mayor in St. Louis that likes to travel. So let's check out this real quick.
Mayor has been jet-setting throughout her term. Public records revealing the mayor took 64 trips in the last 3.5 years in office. The story broken by the St. Louis Business Journal, and reporter Jacob Kern is here joining us today to talk all about it. Jacob, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. We'll bring our viewers right up to speed, get right into some of the facts here. Take a look at this. You requested the mayor's travel reports and her work calendar. Those records show she had taken these 64 trips since taking office back in April of 2021. In total, she was away from St. Louis for 163 days. You do the math.
64 trips. She's been away for 163 days. This is the mayor of St. Louis, Tashara Jones. Hopefully I got her name pronounced right. She is living her best life. Jet sitting all over the country, I think the world as well. 64 destinations in 3.5 years. That is 163 days out of town. They're going to mention, I think it's about 12% of her term. Let that sink in. You've been hired for a job. You're like mayor, really important job. And you're just going to peace out over a month every year, claiming it's all a part of the gig. St. Louis, maybe St. Louis is doing really, really great, right? Just all over the place. Actually, let's see what she's been traveling to.
You find out that's about 12% of her total time in office. Now let's look at some of the trips she went on. In 2021, a trip to Dallas, meeting with Southwest Airlines CEO. 2022 to Washington, D.C., the African American Mayors Association Conference. Also that year going.
Hey, she probably hung out with Haynier. I think they both were there, right?
To Las Vegas to meet with the International Council of Shopping Centers.
Why all these mayors are going to Vegas? I'm just saying. Well, I know a lot of people go to conventions, but stay out of Vegas.
And then the next year in New York, the Urban League Summit. She also took trips to Puerto Rico, Montreal, and Mexico City. So, Jacob, in the last 3.5 years, to the general public, this might seem like a lot of travel.
Yeah, and I think that for people who have had experience in the mayor's office, it seemed like a lot of travel as well, because Lyda Crewson took a little more than 4 trips a year. Francis Slade, the top officials who were with him, they said it was even less. Freeman Bosley served in the 90s. He said he tried to leave St. Louis as infrequently as he could because the office, it really depends on doing the operational work of the city. And there are a lot of departments that depend on the mayor. One thing to remember is that unlike in Kansas City or some of our peer towns, we don't have a city manager. So the mayor is the operational chief of the government.
So you guys can see that there. Traveling, even if St. Louis is not in a good spot. St. Louis have been battling some serious challenges on the ground, right? The city has a long struggled history with high crime rates, right? St. Louis is probably one of the most dangerous cities in the country. Now, I think some of the numbers have gone down, but at the same time, the city has tons of unresolved murders, and there's staff shortages, there's budget cuts on the police department. And also, they're not doing that great financially either. So why would someone think they can travel around the country and spend that much time away from their job as if St. Louis is just humming and doing fantastic and they're just killing it? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, she does explain why she was traveling that much. I think they'll mention this in this video right here.
So a pretty big difference from administration to administration. Now, Mayor Tashara Jones declined to do an interview with you, but she did take to social media defending the travel. Let's take a listen.
It's important to me that our city has a seat at the table on a national level when there are opportunities for things like federal funding. My leadership positions in the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the African American Mayors Association, Mayors Against Illegal Guns, East-West Gateway, and the National League of Cities are instrumental in bringing resources to our city.
So she says a lot of these trips are really taken through the lens of opportunity. What did the mayor's office tell you about why the trips were important to make?
They gave us a lengthy list of information, 6 pages, that included $1 billion in federal money that had come to the city of St. Louis. And there were several pots of money, including different solar grants. There was a couple of grants to nonprofits that they had been involved in that did appear new for the city of St. Louis. The problem is that also they cited grants that other administrations have gotten the exact same grant. So there was kind of a question of whether the money would be coming no matter the travel. They also cited the $500 million ARPA money that came to the city of St. Louis. The issue with that is that the formula that revealed how much St. Louis would get, it came under Mayor Crewson. It didn't come under Tashara Jones.
So she just made it up. She wanted to travel. She just wanted to travel. I'm the mayor. I'm going to travel. Basically, what they tried to do to the news, or show to the news, like, hey, we poured $1 billion. And you'll notice that Other administrations got the same amount of money. Also, this $500 grant came from the other mayor, the last one. So while I believe some of these trips were funded by outside organizations, it's not, not saying, I don't think it's Tiffany Hayard stealing money. It's competence. Are you making the best decisions for the constituents of the city that you're the mayor of? Cool. Some of the funds were funded by outside organizations. It's not a switch around with money similar to Hayard or cool. But if you are presiding over one of the most dangerous places in the country, should you be gone 163 days of the year? Or from the entire, should you be gone that often? That's a question that you can only answer yourself. But I would probably say, you know what, that's probably not a good idea.
Okay, interesting insight there. Also something interesting to note here, the mayor also did a bit of traveling when she was treasurer before she was even mayor, some of which we reported on. This is from a First Alert 4 Investigates piece back in 2017. Take a listen.
The streets of Paris, the White House, even the Vegas Strip.
This lady likes to go to Vegas, it seems like. I don't know.
Some of the many places City Treasurer Tashara Jones has traveled in her first term. About 50 trips in total.
Come on, lady. What's happening? What you already been to these places already. Why do you keep going back? All right.
All paid for in part or in full with public funds.
And again, this was during her time as treasurer. And Jacob, there's one key difference from those trips to the ones she's most recently taken. Those ones were paid for with public funds. Most of her trips now as mayor don't involve public funds. So who exactly is paying for these ones?
There was one that was paid with city funds that are allocated to the mayor's office, but her campaign paid for some of this. There was also personal funds. And so the mayor can actually take a $30,000 contingency fund as their own income. So a lot of that was used, but also outside groups paid for a lot of these trips. So there was an accelerator in Chicago. There was an abortion rights PAC in Washington, D.C. And so there were outside groups doing it as well.
Okay, so with those outside groups, does that raise any questions about whether those organizations could be getting any sort of special treatment?
Oh, I think they call that the Eric Adams special. Hey, can you build this building and forget all of the building codes and stuff like that? Because we're going to give you first class accommodations to Turkey and really fancy hotel stays for basically 1/10 of the value. So she's taking these trips, and again, all her money or being paid by others. But usually if you're getting paid by others, you can be controlled by others, right?
Well, I think it does. And, you know, there are rules for the city where they are supposed to put on forms who is paying for these trips. And they do that, but it isn't so easy to get them, okay? You have to go to the registrar's office. Then you have to file a sunshine request. Then you have to pay fees to get these records. So if somebody were just interested month by month in who is funding Tashara Jones's often multiple trips per month, you couldn't do it really in real time. It would take a news media that was going to follow through and be persistent. It's not easy.
Is that some of the digging you plan to continue doing?
Well, we've done it once. We could.
Okay, Jacob Kieran with the St. Louis Business Journal. Great reporting. Thank you for being with us.
All right. So I want to talk about another, basically a second part of this story, where there's an older person, I think it's a woman, that I guess had enough with Miss Jones and her travel. And I'm looking to put in a rule here. So give me a second. Plop it up real quick. It's only 42 seconds. So let me see. Nope.
A St. Louis alderwoman proposes.
No, I pressed the wrong button.
The Illinois Secretary.
This one. You gonna click it?
A St. Louis alderwoman.
Okay, cool. All right, bring it back. Bring it back. Okay.
Woman proposes a significant shift in the city's power in a plan that would strip the mayor of power in favor of a city administrator. Ward 6 alderwoman Daniela Velazquez introduced a proposal yesterday to transfer various responsibilities from the mayor's office to a newly appointed city administrator. The bill would also prevent the mayor and board of aldermen from interfering with decisions under the city administrator's authority. The measure would require approval from at least 60% of voters at a citywide election. Velazquez said she hopes to convince the board to put the plan on the August 2026 ballot.
So that's interesting in terms of trying to take a lot of this person's power. So I'm guessing no more crazy travel sprees while the city is left figuring out what the hell's going on, considering that she is basically the administrator at this point, the mayor, and the fact that the mayor has been gone for so often. So I guess this new city administration would handle the daily grind of managing St. Louis, letting the mayor to stick to what it's supposed to do, like, you know, actual leadership. So this plan is actually pretty interesting and pretty bold. We'll see. I'm sure that Jones probably don't approve of this, but that's the problem with these mayors. Globe-trotting mayors. Most definitely. I don't know what's going on. You found a job. It's a mayor. It's public service. It's not you using the fact that you are in position of power to now travel like you're the president. You're not the president. You are the mayor of St. Louis is not big. So the idea that especially with all the problems that's happening in St. Louis, to think that it makes sense for her to travel as often as she did over the last couple of years is, again, embarrassing. It's incompetent. It may not necessarily be corrupt. It could be if they dig deeper and find that she is doing things in favor of people paying for trips to fly across the world. That could be a potential issue. And we'll look into that to see if there's anything that we can find. But I don't know. Not everyone is meant to have much power, right? Not most people probably shouldn't have that much power. They don't know how to handle it. So on that note, guys, we've been hanging out for quite a while. Let me know what you guys think about the meeting, and subscribe if you haven't. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Appreciate everyone's support. Appreciate all the super chats. Thank you very much for all the love and support you guys give me every single day. Thank you very much. And on that note, I'll see you guys, I guess, probably next week. Peace.